Now we'll go to the kitchen now for more Food as Medicine. Erica?
All right, in today's edition of Food is Medicine, Krista Arecchio is here from The Whole Journey. This is part 2 of a 3-part series on fertility and what we need to keep in mind if we're trying to get pregnant, especially in our 30s and 40s, right?
Absolutely.
Food-wise. So there are some things that you've brought here today, foods that we want to really eat more of and then ones we want to avoid. So let's start first with the things that we really want to eat more of, especially if we're trying to conceive.
Okay, these are 10 foods to make a super baby.
Okay.
Okay, and I know you actually consumed a lot of these foods when you
Yeah.
were pregnant, and we talk about this all the time, but the first is getting in more vegetables, more organic leafy greens. So I
Yes.
brought your favorite green juice here.
I like this.
To get in your greens because they are alkalizing, and we talked last week about the importance of pH
Okay.
to be able to get pregnant, creating a balanced environment.
Gotcha.
Super, super important. And then I always talk about raw milk in my upcoming book. It's very controversial. Most medical doctors will tell you not to consume it, but it is the perfect blend of proteins, carbs, and fats for the thyroid, which controls ovulation. So you just have to make sure that you absolutely trust the source if it's going to be raw.
So what's your source?
So my source is Organic Pastures.
Okay.
They're up in Northern California. They test the microbial count of theirs twice a week, only grass-fed start to finish, and they have never had any issues with E. coli or anything like that.
Gotcha.
So I totally trust that. That is an amazing food, and we're going to move into bee products.
Okay.
So bee pollen is a really helpful food for conception.
All right.
And Erica,
Yes.
you found the ring.
Uh-huh.
And then royal jelly. Have you ever heard of royal jelly?
Nope.
That's why I brought it today, to bring light to it. So this is like a superstar food. You think
Okay.
about, it's the sole food of the queen bee, who is reproducing every single day. And she lives 50 times longer than the other bees. So I have both the male and the female on, if they're having trouble conceiving, on royal jelly, super high quality, for 2 months before they even want to conceive.
Interesting.
So it's got all amino acids, it's got nucleic acids. This is truly a superstar food. It's the highest quality you can find. It comes from China.
What do? You spread this on your toast?
I would just dump it in a smoothie.
Okay.
Yeah, that way you don't have to taste it because it doesn't taste fantastic. But if you
Gotcha.
put it in a smoothie or a juice, you won't taste it.
Okay, and with the bee pollen, how do you incorporate that into your food? Dump it in the smoothie as well?
So that's more of what you can put on your yogurt.
Okay.
You can put like maybe some peanut butter on toast and sprinkle bee pollen because it tastes sweet.
Okay.
And on top of a smoothie. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Always like that. And then, so when you're actually pregnant and before, folic acid, you always hear how important
Yes.
that is, right? But I want to bring light to folate, which is the active form of this vitamin. And these are all foods super high in folate, including lentils and avocados. Folic acid is processed. It has to be processed by the liver. The liver doesn't have enzymes to really use it. And so then a lot of women are deficient in this, which it forms the baby's brainstem, the neural tube.
Yes.
So folate is really what you want to look for in your prenatal vitamin and in your food, because that's what will get absorbed in the small intestine, which you could actually use it.
And I didn't realize till I was pregnant that you're supposed to be on the folate, be taking those pills before you even get pregnant. It needs to be in your system. A lot of women wait till they get pregnant and then they get on their prenatal vitamins.
Yeah, so
you
this
need to
is-
go ahead and start. I didn't know that.
The 3 months before you get pregnant are just as important to your baby's health as when you're pregnant. And so
Interesting.
I'm so glad that you brought that up. You
Yeah.
want to build up your stores. That brainstem is forming.
Sure.
So, then we get bone broth. We talked about bone
Yes.
broth before, and I have every single prenatal mom on that. And then salt and water. You're advised, I'm sure you were advised, to not have too much salt in pregnancy, but
Right.
that's sodium chloride, that's table salt. That is not this unprocessed, highly mineralized salt. So basically, salt and water is the amniotic fluid. So you're building the amniotic fluid.
Gotcha.
And now studies are saying, probiotics, how important they are, that's baby's first exposure to good bacteria. So
Okay.
you're building the immune system in the womb by having good bacteria in the amniotic fluid. It's a key component to pregnancy and prenatal health. Digestion is the foundation of health. And you can prevent your baby from having colic by having enough probiotics while you're pregnant.
Now, is there a certain type of probiotics you should have when you're pregnant, or whatever you were on before?
Well, I like to have a multi-strain probiotic. A lot of
Okay.
times you'll see just Acidophilus or commercials for
Right.
just that one strain.
Right.
But I like to see at least 3 strains.
Okay.
This one, Orthobiotic, is an 8-strain
Okay.
probiotic, and it varies, but these are some. I brought a prenatal.
Okay.
Okay, so that is a prenatal with folate and enough iron, really 2 things you need to look for, and it's food-based, so it's not synthesized in a lab. And then fish oil is crucial. I know you took that your whole pregnancy. You need that for baby's brain.
Right.
DHA, crucial component. The greens that you have, a greens powder, are different from these greens that you eat
Okay.
because they have different greens in them that will oxygenate the blood and build cellular energy. This
Gotcha.
is like serious super baby stuff.
Yeah, no, it's great.
And then I have to tell you about maca.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of it?
Yep, from you.
From me? Okay. Well, so maca is an adaptogen that helps with stress hormones. So this is a great thing to use in preconception. I don't really have women who are already pregnant on it, but it's amazing. It'll adapt your stress hormones and then help you build your sex hormones so you can get pregnant. But what most people don't know is there's 13 different phenotypes or colors of this root. And the yellow one is the one that helps female fertility.
Okay.
There's a black one that helps male fertility. And so both mom and dad can take it beforehand to boost their fertility.
Interesting. So it's both partners getting involved. Really good. stuff.
Everyone.
Remind me what's in this.
So there's apple in that for sweetness, but then there's dandelion greens, kale, collard greens, chia seeds for fiber, which is super important during pregnancy to keep things going.
And all these things we talked about here today, you can get them where? Whole Foods or online? Or
You can get everything at Whole Foods with the
Okay.
exception of the pink salt I got
Okay.
online, the royal jelly online, and this probiotic
Very
online.
good. Krista, really good stuff here. And next week, we're going to be talking about once you've had the baby,
Yes.
nutrition that you need to have.
Yeah, postpartum nutrition.
Very good. Awesome stuff. You can get more information from Krista by going to our website, fox5sandiego.com. All right, Paul, back over to you.